David Corson, Sunday, May 8th. Oh, about 7:15ish, 7:30. Just brought my car up, another load, and been moving all day. Oh man, made a couple of trips, stopped and picked up our freezer, and looked at a couple big screens to put in the house, and kind of do a couple measurements before we purchase those guys. Anyway, it feels great moving my car, and can't wait to get my bike up here and get that other house cleaned up. It's gonna be a long week. Depending on weather, it's either gonna be Tuesday or Wednesday or a big move. So hopefully it'll be Tuesday, if not Wednesday. I'm not worried about it, but I've got to get I got to get out of there, get that house clean, do one more cut of the grass, give them the keys, go to the clothes. Everything's fixed. They should be rocking and rolling. And we're just moving stuff up. Moved all our clothes up today. They're all hung up, nice and color coded. And she's got, putting everything away. And yeah, it's going to be awesome getting moved up here. Internet's supposed to be turned on Tuesday, which would be great. Our first night staying here. And then here's what I did yesterday. See all these posts? Yeah, I got my gate over there in the corner, and I tied into my neighbor's fence. I had to get approval. See that straight line? Every one of those posts is along that line. And then we turn down, they come across, and then right there is going to be the gate. I'm going to finish these tomorrow. I'll probably come get up here about early afternoon. But I got all that wood. Those are all my boards. You cut them in half. And there's basically 4 boards that go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you put the chicken wire behind it so we can keep the coyotes that are all back here, man. They're all over the place at night. But anyway, we needed protection. My wife, she wanted me to bring it all the way down there. I was like, no way. The coyotes are going to come right by us. I'm like, I don't care. I'm not drilling all those holes. Yesterday, I drilled every one of these holes with another guy with an auger. Boom, 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 boom. We just kept going, man. Took about hour and a half, and then you gotta level everything, and then you gotta put the concrete in, and then you gotta put, so we got, we'll get everything done, but I gotta deal with all these little, mud spots. And anyway, but I did it myself. Yep, would have cost a lot of money. I got a kid locally. His dad's kind of a carpenter, handyman, good with his hands, tools, and he's put in. This is my first big fence I've done. I've done other fences before. This is my first big one, and just wanted to, get another set of eyes on it. He's like, yeah, man. Like when we got up in that corner, I was like, oh man, what are we gonna do? He goes, yeah, there's always gonna be one pole that just you're gonna have to finagle with, when you're putting up boards, because it depends on which way you turn it, but you're always gonna have one of those. I was like, I don't care. But then a month later, we'll stain all these black and paint them black. You got to let it sit out here in the hot sun and weather and for about a month before you paint anything when you put new wood in. It's just I don't know, it's probably a good thing to know, but hey, I told the HOA, had to get approval for it. I just said, hey, I'm not going to stain it for about 3 to 4 weeks, and they said no problem. So this is all going to have chicken wire and boards on it tomorrow. We're going to finish it. Boom, 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 boom. Got an we got a air presser with a nail gun, 2.5 inches. A couple of them I'm going to do some screws in case I ever want to take that section of the fence out. Like when we dig the pool, I'm going to need a bucket. I'm going to bring it right down here, put some plywood so we don't screw up the grass. So these are all the things that you got to think. And I've been outside, man. I'm like fried. Man, I'll tell you, man, I'm going to have some good color this week because I've been out, man. Yesterday I was outside all day, and then I got drenched on about the same time last night by a wicked thunderstorm. Man, it felt great just getting soaked. And anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Hey, hope you had a great Sunday, awesome Saturday night. And going into your Sunday night, going to put a smile on your face, positive thought, get your act together, your to-do list, what you have to do this week. I know my week is just absolutely, totally smack down full. And I'm going to have to get her done. But I have the confidence that I'll get it done. I'm going to get moved, get the other house clean, get my magazine posted, get things done, catch up on some accounting, just have an awesome, awesome week of crossing things off the to-do list, lots of wins, lots of learns, and at the end of the week, Monday close, and then start my life up here at the lake. And anyway, it's looking good. It's going to be very, very exciting. So hey, here's my word of the day for Sunday night, May 8th, 2025, at about 7:30 or so. And the word is supply. Yeah, supply. You know why I like supply? Because like I had to get someone to supply me with all these posts so I could get this done. I had to go supply. I had to go get some string so I could measure. I had to get a saw. One of my buds has a killer shed. He's out of town this week. And I said, go grab whatever you need, man. Here's the common of the garage. The nail gun's in there, a compressor. The other stuff's in the shed. Grab whatever you need. So I grabbed a circular saw, a table saw, a couple of levels, drills. I mean, I'm getting all this done. So, but this is, look, if you have the right tools, you know how to use them. Just like the 2-man auger that I did yesterday. Man, I never used one of those before. Man, it was great, man. If you had to dig all these things by hand, oh my God, it would have taken forever. Your hands would have been sore. I blew through that ground in about, probably not even 30 seconds or 45 seconds a hole. You got to get down so far. You got to get down about 2 feet because those poles are 7 feet tall. So when you get them down 2 feet, that's 5 feet. And 5 feet is code if you put in a fence, or if you want a fence for your pool, it's got to be 5 feet high in this county. So that's how, basically, they're just probably a little over 2 feet, but we're just going to measure 5 feet, keep buzzing them all the way down. That'll be the last thing we do is cut those tops off. But you get a level, you want, boom, with a circular saw, they go right off. So, but supply. Someone had to supply me with that post, to supply me with the knowledge. Watch some YouTube, making sure. Got Mr. Smith down the street helping me. His kid was awesome. He was 17, freaking loading those 80-pound bags. I mean, I was right there with him, man. He was like, damn, 62, man. This guy's out here all day. But I'm so psyched that I did this myself, And, I come from a construction family. And believe me, when I was 16, I was fit. Man, it was rough out there, man. Cutting, welding, shoveling asbestos. I mean, I did all sorts of stuff. But I love building. I always loved building with my hands. Always really dug it. And I build my magazine. I'm just out here doing a little construction. So, man, like I'm going to go build that pool. I'm going to do it this summer myself. Yep. That's going to be fun. So, yeah, supply. Business, personal, athletics, sleep, general, whatever you're doing in a 24-hour period. If you have the word supply and have it positive, supply you energy, supply you the knowledge, supply you with class, supply you professionalism, posture, enthusiasm. It's a connector word, all right? And listen, you can connect it to some really awesome things, all right? So having supply like on the athletic field, supply of energy, supply of shots on goal, supply of just positive vibes and no penalties, supply, sending good waves to your goalie so he can be a wall in there and stop everything. And but supply, it's just such a good word in athletics, because if you have that supply, whether it's mentally, physically, ingredients, whatever you're doing, you will play as you practice. So if you supply yourself with everything that you need to do to have awesome practices day in and day out, all right, then you're just going to be that much better prepared to get a W than an L or a learn on the scoreboard. I'm just telling you. So supply yourself with whatever you need to succeed on the athletic field. Business, you got to supply. You have a supply of products you got to sell. You got a supply of energy that's going to help you get that supply out there. You've got a supply of knowledge and on market share and sales and marketing and promotion. You know what has to be done to get that out there. You got to keep you got to supply your sales force with everything that they need to do so they can write new contracts. You got to supply everybody that's going to get your product from the manufacturing plant all the way to the shelves in anybody's store or your own stores. All right. But their supply in business is such a good word. And if you master it, you're gonna drive more revenue, you're gonna make more sales, you're gonna become more of a legend, and you're gonna, listen, I don't know if you work for someone else, maybe you work for yourself. Bottom line is supply will help you reach your goals. And that's the truth in business. It's strategic. But you got to work on it every day, how to do that stuff. All right? Relationships, you got to supply positivity. You got to supply negotiability, flexibility. Don't talk don't talk too much. Make it simple. Get your point out with the fewest amount of words so people understand you, simply. All right? And if you think you're yakking too much, stop, stick a sock in your mouth. Before you say something, take a breath, contemplate, maybe don't say it. Maybe don't say it at all. Maybe change your thinking. But relationships, if you supply your mindset and your actions and your muscle memory is everything with your mind. But the bottom line is you're going to be that much more prepared when anything that comes in your way. Speed bumps, potholes, whatever it might be. So supplying relationships. And it's not just personal. It's just people that you deal with every day. Just like here, we got a freezer from this guy. He remembered me. We got our water heater there too. Real nice guy, helped me get it on, Knew him by his first name. He made an impression. He had good customer service. I told him, hey man, I got my own water heater from you. He goes, yeah, I remember you. So I didn't even know, but left a mark on him. So I supplied him whatever I needed to do to remember me. So that was good. And it just helped us get the things done that we needed to do. And sleep, you got to supply your body with rest. 6 to 8 hours. I like 6 to 6.5. That's what I like. That's what my body needs. Man, he knows that I'm ready to go. I'm brushing, I'm flossing, I'm depugging, and then I sleep like a rock. But I still wake up early, play with my phone, get up, whatever. I know this whole week I'm going to be up at the crack of dawn trying to get stuff done and juggling millions of things, each day. But you got to supply your body with the rest that it needs. And if you do that, it'll last a lifetime as long as you're breathing. So if you do that every day, every week, every month, for the remainder of the year, you'll see a change in yourself. You'll have 7 months of data. Input your data right here on your phone. You know you're attached to it. And you'll be able to look back at all your stuff. Keep it a running email, put it as a journal, whatever. Get an app, put it in, don't miss a day. And if you do, you better put a note in there. But if you do that, you're going to have 7 months of data. You'll be able to look back where you won, where you learned, where you were right on with supply, less supply, just perfect. And I'm telling you, supply will help you cross more finish lines than you ever thought imaginable. But you have to work on it every day. All right? From the heart, take it to the bank, up here on the shelf in the knowledge vault, and use it whenever you need it. Supply. I don't care if it's a beautiful night like tonight or rain and thunder and sleet, hail and tornadoes. Hey, if you need a word, stop, pull something off the shelf, and put it into action. Remember, it's your responsibility to be positive out of negatives. Okay? So I'm going to go finish up. Get ready for a huge week of moving. I appreciate y'all out there. Have a great rest of your Sunday night. And I will see you tomorrow. Where? I have no idea. Most likely up here. Moving. So with that, be safe. Take action. Supply.